and welcome to Divine Unisouls 11. Just jumping on here very quickly to give I'm gonna go up some more, to give an update as to what is going on with the Divine Masculine energies. As I'm looking through and scanning and seeing about videos and seeing which ones are watched. And seeing maybe that's again for those who have subscribed to the channel, those are the things in which you want more information from and about at this time. So I said, let me look and see about the Divine Masculine energies. I had my own talk with the Divine Masculine energies in the, I guess it would be in the 5th or spiritually. And seeing, and I feel that some of them are coming and feeling as if to say that they are wanting to be vulnerable, apologizing, and just coming to the, it keeps on saying coming to the Divine Feminine for energy, rather it's physically or in spiritual realms, for solace. Like it's a peace. Like I'm looking at this scene here that's on the TV with the snow and the sereneness of it all, and it's just like home, just coming and get that peace of home, a slice of home there. Right now, as I pull out my Divine Masculine energy cards here, in which I had created, is right now the Divine Masculine energies are result oriented and focusing on intent at this time. And when I think about it saying results orientated, it's saying in Divine Masculine energies, it's like I'm looking at seeing what's being produced in my world. I'm looking to see about, you know, what I'm doing and how it's causing a cause and effect to things. And I'm not really liking that. I think beforehand there was a lot of saying tomfoolery, a lot of pulling wool over their eyes and other people's eyes as well, and not really looking at the situation for granted as for what it is. And really saying that, you know, maybe I might be pulling smoke and mirrors. Maybe this thing is not as bad as I think it is. Or yes, it is maybe as bad as I think it is, and I've been telling myself that it's all right, I can work through it. I got a notification on that, and so that is it. So now it's like it's focusing on intention. It's not even on noticing about focusing the intention on just themselves, but it's really like, it's like, what's the intentions of you being here? What do you think by you being in a relationship with me you're going to get out of? What is it that, again, my intentions as I'm pouring into this, why am I here? What is it? I'm seeing a clock tower here, which represents to me also a towering moment. Something has happened in the Divine Masculine energies that has caused them to have that tower, that, as we call it, the dark night of the soul, to say the things that I thought I knew, I don't know, and the things that I don't know, I think I really did know, but I was kind of fooling myself that I wasn't really seeing it for what it was, or I didn't want to see it. I'm seeing it like doing like this. It's like the boogeyman. I see you, but baby, if I go underneath the covers, you'll go away, and next thing you know, it's right up there. It's some things that they have been trying to hide from, and the spirit is now saying that, again, it's revealing it to them. They've had some challenges, very much so, some mountaintops. There has been some coming and climbing on the mountaintops, like I had said in one previous reading about that. I've been to the mountaintop and I've seen the other side. I've seen actually where I have the potential to actually be. Although we're acting, and this is in winter months, where it's a lot of things that cannot be seen because there are inactively things that are going on beyond the surface. This is, again, in our Divine Masculine energies, is where we really need to take that leap of faith, or really, again, it might be hard. Some of us might be taking us a road less traveled in order to be able to go to where we want to. We've been taking the scenic route and, you know, the most popular route to me. As far as where we had some of the Divine Masculine energies has been, but we kind of get into the point that we need to actually like fall, and we're still kind of fall. It's moving and shifting into winter. Some of the divine masculine energies are understanding that they've got to let some things go. And this is also where this new focus of intent has came in, and I'm being guided to do what these were the light seers to as well, to see about what actions they're going to take now. But you know what, right now it seems like, again, before they were kind of like blocking out the sun and not allowing the sun to come in, to really sun to, and you know when sun comes in, especially in like in a house, if your house is dirty or it's got dust, it's going to show every little nook and cranny in which needs to be actually cleaned up. Because maybe in the darkness, oh, it looks fine, but then when you open up those blinds, it will show that, hey, you got dust underneath this couch, you got dust underneath this table. And it's a lot of things that, because of them now opening up, and we had some activations with the heart chakras due to what the divine feminine was doing to what they said the source was doing, is opening it up. It says it's time now, a lot of awakening, a lot of stuff that they had said that the dust, they're seeing where the dust is now settled, and they're like, it's kind of like time to kind of like clean up. I would say that maybe be the title of Pray to God I remember it again. I see the dust now. I see where the dust is settled, and now I see that it's time to clean up. Well, I talked about in the other one video how I was saying, Spirit was saying about us with this paint and how we're using old paint. And I seen somebody else use the same analogy talking about paint. And I say it's interesting how Source is using all of us to use the same message to say about this painting, and how we're still coloring some of us with that same paint. Right now in the divine masculine energies is asking them to watch as far as what are they focusing in on. There has been a giant conflict that has happened with the divine masculine at this time. I think it was a divine conflict as far as how they have been seeing things. There has also been a conflict that has, I say divine, interesting Freudian slip. I would say that again, a divine conflict or something orchestrated, divinely orchestrated, of a big conflict that has happened to kind of really waking up, maybe in the 3D about a situation that maybe has like shift out of the blue. Don't know where the hell this came from, but it's really like, again, things had become, I'm looking at these like a globe. It had been shaken up earlier, and it had kind of like settled. Spirit is like, okay, we showed you and we shaked you up, like it's like time for you to actually do something, and you kind of sat back there and got more comfortable and more settled in your ways. And we're like, again, now we're taking this thing like the globe and shaking it back up again. The dust is not actually settled, and it has disrupted everything all over again, and now is making them to really see about what they are really truly made of, what is actually truly home for them. But this conflict is really helping them to kind of like, again, like iron, sharpening iron, that I'm bringing up there to sharpen things and their skills within themselves as the divine masculine energies as well. It's like, is this truly what you want? Maybe this might not be the job you need to be in. Maybe this might not be the relationship you need in. Maybe let's go back and revisit that dream you had back in 1995 about something. And you know, is this really, can you keep on at this or being in this situation? Does this have an expiration date? Has this expiration date passed? You know, and so this is where we are actually at. Right now they say the next card is self-love, narcissist. And you know, interesting enough when we're talking about the narcissist, is like, again, understanding that I'm hearing ego. So beforehand, really truly understanding what is true love for self. Before, the divine masculine energies was doing things of, as far as doing it in a way that it's like, I'm team me. It's all for self. It's all what makes me feel happy. It's all for what makes me feel you know, good. Yeah, I married that person because, yeah, I needed to, because at that time that's what I needed, a safe space or a place to hide. So yeah, I'm gonna do that because that's what I needed to do. Or yeah, I took that job because I thought that it was more safe for me. I thought that it was more closer to home for me. I thought that was really the best thing for me, you know. And it's like really saying, did you really it was something I had studied, and they were talking about how when you make decisions, that's what it was. When you make decisions, remember that again at the end of the day, are you going to be proud of yourself that you made that decision? And then also remember that decisions don't just only include just you. It affects everyone else, other pieces too. You know, like you telling the boss, I don't want to be here anymore. Like you telling the other, somebody else has got to apply for the job. You know, now the kids that in your classroom, if you quit and not be a teacher in that classroom, now they got to get used to another teacher. You know, it's not just you. So right now, that's why I say the Spirit wants them to kind of really focus on the results in the intent. As far as that. Now, it doesn't want you, and they're saying again for the divine masculine energies, to get into that point of where you're scared to make a move or to make anything. But it's like they're saying, let's not, I'm hearing the word careless whisper, let's not be so careless like we did last time, like a bull in a china shop, where we just like, ram, I'm just out. They want us to really, again, when we talk about this self-love, watch as far as the objective and the intentions as to what we're doing it, and making sure that it is not one coming from ego, that is this intention of self-gratification, that we really are truly weighing down it in our spirit. It's like something, you know, some decisions that you make, oh, that's beautiful. Some decisions that you make and you can feel like, this feels like in my soul, this feels right. This feels right in my soul, that I don't need to go back to working at a corporate job. I need to be working for myself. This feels right. And this has nothing, I got one co-worker at the school, she always say, and this book, this means no shade to you, what I'm about to say. And it is what we're saying is what I'm doing has no shade about you. And it's not from that place I used to have a saying and said, this is business, this isn't personal. It's not from that, because even in that statement, that still lies of ego. But you know, when you're saying, I'm doing this for the betterment of myself, I'm doing this for me making this great leap or this giant leap, everybody else around me will benefit from me because they see me going after my dream. You know, although it does mean I have to say bye to my job of 26 or 27 years, but this is something that I feel like in my soul growth that I need to actually do. This is where we are as far as the divine masculine energies, understanding this goal orientation or this goal setting that they have, that they're coming from a different place than they had been before. And you'll know when it's ego, because I can even feel it. It comes from a place that's kind of on my left side, but it's kind of like, and I can tell when I feel it don't settle right. And I was like, okay, that looked like when I was making decisions for the kitchen. Like, we gonna do this, and I don't care if she in agreement with me, this is what we gonna do. A lot of times the universe will come and scrap that, and I have so many difficulties for them to do that in this house that I was like, okay, now that shows you that was ego. When it's something that is a benefit of everybody else, it kind of goes smoothly. So, you know, even if you don't know, the universe, it has no problem at the where we are. It will be able to show you that, okay, where you are in that level thinking, not so much. Okay, so right now I'm going to stop right there for the energies ending for that one, unless I see that. Okay, understanding that the bottom line, I see one more at the bottom. The bottom line orientated. And so it's like at the bottom line, what is the bottom line, you know, to why I want to make this move? Is it because I want other people to look at me and feel like I'm important? Now there's something that they came to me and they said about that I want to be significant. Somebody was saying, ask to be significant, not to be successful. Because if you're being significant, your success will follow. So like I say, with my messages, I want it to be significant, that I'm making changes in your life, that I'm pouring this energy into you. And again, by doing that, the success will follow. That's the bottom line. Some of us have got to watch that, because some of us might say, my bottom line is to be successful. Okay, yeah, success can come and go, but if you're significant, you're going to make a very big impact on somebody, like on their heart, on their mind. That is like, you know what, yeah, where is she? Where's Divine Sunshine? I need to have another reading with her because she made a significant change with me. Or just that talk with her, me just looking on that video, that made a major shift in my life. I like when she talks to me. That's significance. For me to look for the success of it and say, oh, I'm looking for 1,000 subscribers, 400, and that's my baseline or my bottom line that I'm orientated, is kind of watching. It's showing me like a gauge where you have to kind of watch as far as where's that gauge, or where is your true north, as they say in psychology. Where's your true north that really is, again, your anchor that keeps you rooted and grounded in knowing that, yes, I'm going into the right direction because of, I can feel it in my heart. That to me is the bottom line orientated. It's like, again, what is my results? They say, what's my profit margin? What am I profiting in the world? What is things manifesting in my world to let me know that that's my bottom line orientation? Because again, the universe has no choice. Whatever you put out there is what you get back in return. So again, if it's not that of abundance, like they showed me the next card here, if that is not one of abundance, again, we are rulers of one's own wealth, letting us know that, again, the abundance that we have in there, we are the one by our mindset, what we say, through our actions that back up on that. And so again, if things are not appearing the way that we want them to, then again, we need to kind of check and understand ourselves. And I think a lot of times for us, sometimes we're relying on happenstance, to do that. And right now where we are, I think that I see that we are, and I feel that we're getting to the point that we're becoming really mad manifestors. And you really have got to watch the intentionality, the feelings, the things that you're putting forth behind things, because you could be manifesting some chaos and some mess if you don't have yourself like reeling it in and really being able to be laser focused. Like I said, this whole thing to me is about intentions and your intentionalities. And really for the divine masculine energies, like I said, if they're in a relationship, if you want to look for that kind of code or understanding that, again, there has been some great conflict that has shifted this divine masculine energies into really looking at things at a different perspective. Having a new philosophy and a new thing. So now looking forward, just going to pull a card and see if there's any kind of message that Spirit has for us about anything that's going to be manifesting in 3D or what things we need to do. So is there anything? That's a lot. So I got in my eye. Queen of Wands. This one is of action. So to me, when I always look at this is about really being grounded. The divine masculine energies, I'll say, is twofold, and I got a fork in the road. The divine masculine energies need the divine feminine energies to be sitting pretty. And what does that mean? Sitting pretty and not worried. To me, when I look at here, she is hyper-focused on the hand about what she's manifesting. But at the same time, in that other hand, understand it's about movement and action. The baton is like be a majorette. Like I am directing the flow of energy of how it is. So if you're the one that feel like you're more in the divine feminine energies in this here, again, it's about really where you at, honing where you at, working and being the magician of manifesting things, and then also being the director of your world right where you are. To me, this looks like, again, the divine feminine energies is having fun right where she is. For the divine masculine energies, that will say, again, it needs to follow what's going on within themselves. And this to me also backs up what you're talking about, orientation, results orientated. I do this, this comes. I do this action, this comes and manifests. So again, your actions also helps to manifest about the reactions again there. And it's almost like I'm seeing here about this flow and going with the current. And I feel like, again, some might be kind of like driving to go into certain directions. But again, if you just let that flow, that constant current and flow will get you into where you need to. All you need to do is set the intentions. And to me, it looks like she's not really doing that much work. It's just like, I got it. I got the power. my actions. I know how to make movements into the world, and I'm looking forward to manifest. And that's what we have to do. Something's in my eye. And so this is what we have to do in the divine feminine energies. If you want to split polarize and say I'm the divine feminine energies and the one that's watching it, and I see what I have to do in order to polarize the divine masculine energies if they're in a relationship. Or you can say about yourself, if you're a person that say I have both energies. For the divine feminine energies, you have to say to yourself, this is what I have to do. Get seated and be seated in my soul. Do the action, and then look for it, the intentions of my actions, and look for it to manifest. And that's what, again, into me in my actions through my divine masculine energies. And the divine feminine energies, it just has to be. And then again, set that intentions and that focus to make sure that that manifests to be. It is up to you, again, it's whichever way it has. But again, like I said, in the divine masculine energies, that is what's going on. Yes, there is some conflict. If you want to go into the 3D aspect of it, some things, and there is a Tower moment about how in which they have perceived the world. They're now seeing that they have to come up with a new way of seeing things. They put the blame game and shifted a lot of things on other people. But now they are saying that again, that, hey, I had a part in it. I've got to change my perspective about some things. And that might be why I felt in the ethers when it comes to the divine masculine collectives, them saying I'm finding solace in the divine feminine energies. It was part, I'm sorry about that. I'm seeing things now about my part of what I had did, and just really looking for that true peace in the situation right now. And so that's where they are at this time, and really looking at the bottom line about it. Like, do I really like the results? Do I really like the situation that I'm in? Do I really like that the way I was, the way I was thinking back then has set me forth in the situation that I'm in? And what is it that I need to do now to get myself out this situation? This is where the divine masculine energies are, rather in a person, your divine counterpart, rather it's you that might say a conflict that has happened to you as well, or if you're living in both polar energies, or if you're the divine feminine, how you can be able to pull your divine masculine energies into shape, rather they're a person or a place or thing, or in a situation, or if they're either with you or you're just talking about yourself. Remember, we live in a multi-dimensional universe, which means that we had multi-dimensional situations and perspectives. So that means, again, when we're doing these things like that, there are going to be different ways to slice the pie, different ways to slice the cake, different levels to that. So there's not just one way to skin a cat, or, as April says, several ways to get to the number 9. To complete the cycle, we have a lot of things that are going on, and that's spiraling out in those fractals and things of that nature that we are. And some of us are shifting out of timelines as well. So what might be today might not be tomorrow. So whenever you find this video, like it says, to me, now they're timeless. Whenever it is, it's right time that you find it. If you click and you find it in an hour from when I've done it, then it's for you. And that message is right now. And if you find me a year from now on here and it hits you and I come across your timeline, then guess what? This reading is for you. All right then. So until next time, I just want to jump on here and tell you about that, what the new moon is bringing up. And this is the energies that's going to be probably being up is because we're in that Gemini moon. Gemini is really about critical thinking, really seeing. And right now, this energy is bringing into the divine masculine energies about, okay, I'm looking at my results, I'm looking at my world, and I'm looking at what the universe and what my actions are bringing, and I'm not liking it. Okay? All right then. As always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, and Namago. See you until next time. Talking to you real soon. Okay, afterthought, I looked at the cards and I see 3 they had pulled out and over, and then I see the rest of the deck goes face down, which means that's it. that was it for that one. But just as an afterthought for this one, as a caveat, for those of you all want to know what is the conflict, somebody must have asked specifically what is conflict. It was too general for you. If you talk about the divine masculine energies in a person or in a situation, right now they said that it's some issues with a family member. There's in family. It could be preferably with a father. That is either father issues that's bringing up this conflict, that's hitting on that geyser of an issue that they might have had in the past, or you say daddy issues or inner child wounds, that this conflict is helping to heal that. You could also say that again, them being in the role of a father is also, there's a conflict in that too as well. And that's what the big conflict is kind of clicking on and bring it up to the surface with this moon energies, because you know moon energies bring out all the emotions too as well. Just like the tides in the water becomes more fluent and more movement, the moon also affects water, which is our emotions. It is trying, this situation about this conflict is directing them into a certain direction. It's preferably away from the conflict or the situation, to understand that you got to start looking outside of this connection that you have there, is in that family or whatever, that you see that they are not really in some ways toxic or not for your highest good at this point, or the way they're expressing. There has been, and that's interesting, we got the Mars. They got here Aries Mars. We got the Mars also fluently remind myself every day that I'm doing my best. And that is true. And it's probably need to kind of remind themselves, whatever it is, they're making them feel kind of crappy about whatever it is, about how they are directing or conducting themselves or directing things as a father, or being a father figure or a leader or a archetype, or what is called, somebody that's like a patriarch of the family. And it seems like right now it's a conflict of people say you're not really leading us too good. And how you gonna lead us when you can't even lead yourself? That's what I kind of picked up. That's a conversation. Somebody said that to him. It felt like it was a son or a boy said this to this divine masculine. It was like, whoop. Okay, well, you know, out of the mouth of babes, like, you might got a point there. I don't like that, and that might start an argument, especially if this divine masculine is in his fields or is an ego. Then that might be, some of you like me, even in divine masculine energies, and the kids say something to me that kind of makes me sit and think, well, you might have a point. Let me go sit and reflect on that. Who knows? But right now, it is something about what's going on now. Is their assertiveness is being questioned. There's been a lot of arguments about them. Some of them might have been some acts of, it's say violence. It might be volatile, who knows. Might have caused, I'm picking this up too, it's not saying all masculine, this masculine and son issue. Might be a fight or argument, a bad argument that almost results almost into them fighting. About something that had been said, that was a truth, that really was the honest, like divine truth about the situation for maturity. Because you know how kids are. Kids don't give a damn. They'll tell you about yourself, and it's like, okay, and it's like, yeah, you got kind of like a point there. I really can't debate you, but if you ain't really strong in your reserve of who you are, you will go there, you know, instead you just say, yeah, you might have a point, and let it go. And they're like, right, really? You don't want to go back and forth with me? Oh, wow. So that's kind of where that's going on with that. So if you are in your masculine energies and you do happen to have that argument with your son or somebody that might be in their masculine, it could be a female too, because sometimes I could be in my masculine energies too as well. And there is a female, there's a daughter that's carrying that masculine energies too as well. Kind of watch it. If you're listening to this and say, oh, I've already been warned about this argument that might happen. We don't want it to evolve into that. Because again, this person, whenever they say this, I feel like it's this child or this giant conflict that might happen because of this family stuff, is because this is going against status quo. And what it is again, is trying to jerk the divine masculine energy out of just going with what the Joneses is doing, what's going out there in the world, what is, again, what's is good for the goose is good for the gander, like making sure I'm making it good for everybody else. this is where they are at, and this is what this big conflict, the source of it is from. Again, for them to understand that it's okay to defy status quo, because some kind of way they've been kind of just going with the changes, going with the flow, but saying within themselves that's not it. And that's why Spirit wants them to go back and look again and saying, all right there, what's the bottom line? Why are you acting this way? Why are you co-signing on stuff that you feel in your heart you don't really want? Is this the results you wanted? You know, are you really setting forth the intentions and focus in on how you want things to be? Is this the place for you to be able to do this, to have this family that you always dreamed of because you didn't get that growing up? Is this actually this place where you are here with the stepkids and yourself and whatever it is like that? Or these are your biological kids, you know, but you can't stand the mother, but you're dreaming all night about the divine feminine energies? Is this a situation that you actually want to be in? Some of this stuff, and I've seen that hit me in the gut. Some of this stuff has came out this morning. So whenever you watch this came out this morning about what this, okay, the divine master, or it's been some massive shifts there that's coming out to create this shift to go into that direction. An understanding that they were here to defy status quo. That's one of the purpose of being here, as far as the family, coming here to clear up blood ties. Those things is to break where everybody said, well, this is how the Joneses do it, or this is how the Johnsons do it, and we ain't never did it no other way. And understanding that whatever this conflict or this tower is awakening within them to say, yeah, why am I doing it this way? Because I don't like the results, and I don't like the bottom line that's being shown to me. Okay, all right then, that is it, and that just came to me as, again, an afterthought. So again, as far as what's going on with the divine masculine and what is the conflict that's going on with them. All right then, as always, love you, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste and namago. Something about their eyes, they really ain't being able to see what the next step is, because something's in my eye, and that's on my divine masculine energies, and this situation is going to come to help them to see. All right? Okay. Next time.